scheduled for one fall, and is for the Universal World Television Championship.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to another TCW episode. Tonight we've got Thursday Night Outbreak, and we are looking at a 10-time world champion getting ready to come out and challenge the brand new Universal Women's Television Champion, Bobby Hart, to a match right here. So, big stuff going. Bobby Hart has been around for a very long time. And again, you almost feel like it's Ozzy that has stood in a lot of women wrestlers' ways. A lot of them. Now you've got Witcher, where she has broke out and she was able to, but these two go back and forth. And it ends up coming down to this thing where all paths end up leading back through Ozzy. But that's also not to say that Ozzy's not going to have her own path to go through, because Bobby Hart, as of late, winning a world championship, winning the television championship from Witcher. You know, we talked about Witcher and Bobby Hart having to go back through them. What is going on? Smoky Mountain, welcome to the show. But yeah, a lot of big matches here tonight. We're going to get to see a few different championship belts on the line, including both the men's and the women's Outbreak titles, both Universal Television Champions. Both those belts are held here. Matter of fact, you're looking at 7 of the 9 Universal Championship title belts held right here on the Outbreak brand. Now, we go back through and we'll talk a little bit here in just a second about the history of the brand split.
Introducing the challenger from the Queen City, the Legend Oxley. And her opponent from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, the Universal World Television Champion, Bobby Hart.
But initially, when we did the brand split, it really kind of stepped up some of the up-and-coming wrestlers, getting them a lot more TV time. So we looked at the Meltdown brand, and a lot of the old guard went on to the Meltdown brand. Now, probably going to put it at an 80-20 split. Old guard going to the Meltdown brand, and 20% kind of that fresh blood, the up-and-comer. So those guys seemingly had a tougher road to hoe. However, there have been some trades that were made, and some of the old guard now coming to the Outbreak brand. So you look at some of these wrestlers, and you've got Ozzy over here, you got Bobby Hart. So still tough roads to hoe on both. Tough roads to hoe on both programs. But two of the best doing it here in the ring right now. And you want to talk about a great show. You're talking about a 10-time world champion kicking off the show, fighting against Bobby Hart. Right now, both women really doing their best in the center of the ring, trying to slow things down. Bobby Hart, your more technical wrestler. You look, daughter of Bret Hart. I keep saying sister, but the daughter of Bret Hart. And trained in the dungeon. So you start looking and you can start seeing not the exact same moveset of Bret Hart by any stretch of the imagination, but you can definitely see kind of that Bret Hart inspired type of a moveset. Yeah, that's probably what we should do here too. Maybe this time. Last one, I didn't keep up with it so well. Just changed my entire setup too. Might post that on the Discord. But just changed the entire setup of my thing. So looking around, it's a better setup, but still, Ozzy kind of controlling what has been going on for the most part. We saw Bobby Hart kind of have that motion, but you can see Bobby Hart starting to breathe a little bit harder, probably wanting to start to control the pacing of this match a little bit better. Ozzy has been go, 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 but Bobby Hart might want to slow it down, but she is not going to get the chance to slow it down. Ozzy immediately turning things back around, and you know, whoa, Bobby Hart taking that one slam, jumping up, drop kick. And is she, thought she was going to go for it, instead going for the Boston Crab, thought she might have been trying to put the sharpshooter on her, and then wisely getting out of the ring. Ozzy, I don't think she expected her to get back in so quick. And Bobby Hart right back into it. You know, Bobby Hart over the seasons went back and was kind of looking at her finishing moves and her setup moves and saw some major flaws in them, got back with her dad and said, hey, what do we need to do? And now starting to come up with a lot better moveset, and now she is starting to see that success. Doing really good. How are you doing, Smokey? Doing very well myself. Appreciate you being here, brother. Oh, look at that right there. 1, 2, 3. And this is what I'm talking about. Out of nowhere, after changing up the moveset, really a contender.
And still, women's, the Universal World Television Champion, Bobby Hart.
Really one of the top contenders now in the women's division, and you can see it right there. Bobby Hart getting the pin here tonight on Ozzy. And kind of shocking, you know, we've seen a few things here as of late. Not just in this match from Ozzy, but we have also seen a couple things happen with the Witcher. We've seen a couple things happen with Cheyenne, some of the top women in the sport. Kind of go out of some matches a little bit early. So something we definitely want to keep an eye on moving forward, not just here on the Outbreak brand, but also on the Meltdown brand. So don't know what's going on with that, or is it just maybe the gap is getting closed up?
It's scheduled for one fall, and is for the Universal World Television Championship.
But maybe the gap between the top and the middle, you know, more of the mid-card and the top and the upper mid-card, maybe those gaps are starting to get closed up a little bit. You know, looking at a wrestler like Bobby Hart, maybe now she is starting to take that next step. So definitely something we want to keep an eye on moving forward. But now Paul the Thing, multi-time world champion, getting a shot here tonight at JP. And JP really trying to continue on with the stability. Oh yeah, Ozzy's been a 10-time world champion. So I'm with you on that. And I still think Ozzy's the top wrestler in the women's division. You look at Ozzy, number 2 now, that's where I think we start getting... things start getting interesting. Is it Cheyenne or is it Witcher? Witcher now also a 10-time world champion. But you look at Cheyenne, had a universal world title streak for 9 straight title defenses. So, and then you got Melinda. Melinda's now starting to get up there in that number 3 spot, in that number 4 spot. So things are coming around. You got Bobby Hart starting to step up. You got Anita T starting to step up. Sid B with an amazing hardcore title run right now. So Crimson starting to step up and fulfill her thing. Her and Bobby Hart probably...
Introducing the challenger from parts unknown, weighing in at 303 pounds, Paul the Thug. And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 203 pounds, the Universal World Television Champion, the All-American JP.
But yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting for sure with some of these wrestlers. But right now, JP, another one, kind of getting on a very interesting run right here. So obviously something we are definitely going to have to keep an eye out and keep an eye on. It's funny, too, this is the 249th episode of TCW Wrestling. So the next episode will be number 250. You want to talk about building a history. We've had a lot of people come through, a lot of people help us out, really built up the community. 250 episodes and over 1,500 subscribers. Like, that is some big deals right there. Now, this is going to be a different match. Again, JP used to fighting bigger guys. Not saying that. However, Paul the Thing just built a little bit different. You look at Digital, yeah, he's built different. Paul the Thing, though, also built very different. When you're looking at the things, Paul just kind of has a motor that is go, go, go. And JP, though, getting him on the ground. And JP knows that's kind of where you want the big guys. Keep them on the ground. Keep them inside the ring. Use the ring against those bigger guys to generate some more powerful moves. Oh, look at the state of that. What a next level pro move right there. JP throwing him into the back of the referee and then going up from behind, staying in control of the match, taking him to the other end. And chugga, chugga, choo, choo. JP coming down the line. 1. Oh, Paul getting back to his feet. And whoa, I don't think JP expected Paul to get up quite that fast. Paul now trying to slow down JP. Nice backbreaker right there. Really going after that midsection. Remember, JP having the big, red, beautiful button as his finishing move. Definitely don't want him pressing that. Guys, too, while we got a chance, remember, drop the like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. We do have the interactive polls. Get your votes in. Who do you think's going to win this match, JP or Paul the Thing? And look at this. This is another tactic where JP might just use the whatever, gets inside the ring, getting the crowd fired up, but waiting for Paul the Thing inside the ring. This time was not going to let Paul get that big right hand. And JP sitting inside the ring. Use the outside the ring. And JP's one of those few wrestlers now, especially you put him in the TWO. And you thought he was ruthless before. Even more ruthless now. JP, former member of the Bikers, former member of Raven's Flock, and now a member of the TWO. So you look at the likes of a Raven, Totes, Digital Dogs, now all kind of adding to JP's experience. And Paul kicks out in one, but here we go. JP getting ready for it. Can he hit it? The big red button. Will he unlock the nuclear codes? 1, 2. And Paul the Thing able to kick out in 2. Now look, you start looking at these two wrestlers before, and maybe you know something out, maybe you don't know something out. But you start looking at some of the different things and some of the different stuff. You probably think, just looking at these wrestlers, JP doesn't stand a chance. JP has not won a world championship in TCW. However, he is fighting a 2-time world champion right now and more than holding his own. So is JP going to be the next guy who gets a world title shot? Right now tonight, Shawn Sanders will be getting a title shot. So will JP be the next one to get that title shot? We'll definitely have to wait and see. But JP's fought the world champion already, beat him for this title belt. Then Vipiro goes on to win the Outbreak World Championship. If Vipiro can defend it against Shawn Sanders tonight, will JP be getting a shot at Vipiro for that world title? Like, who knows? Very crazy right now, though, just focused on the Universal Television title, and that has got to be it. 1, 2, 3. And JP defends his television title.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal World Television Champion, the All-American JP.
Absolutely crazy. 4th title defense, tying him with the likes of GC Rock and Blackheart for the 2nd longest Universal Television title run. Of course, Rowdy owning the number 1 with 9 title defenses. But, man, is he going to be able to get up to that level? Definitely have to wait and see on that. Next up, though, we are going to see Alana D and Miss Nightmare, the Faces of Fear, who recently beat Rapincha in a 2-on-1 match to become the Universal Champions, but not waiting around, now going to challenge the Road Warriors 2.0 for the Intercontinental title belts. So we have seen the Road Warriors hold those both those title belts at the same time. Now, the Faces of Fear wanting to do the same. And look, you got these two ladies making their way down to the ring. Try to convince me that you wouldn't be freaked out. Them guys coming down the ring, coming towards you. I'm not having it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't know that I'd wrestle either one of these teams, to be fair. Miss Nightmare, though, coming off a big title run. With that Universal World title now getting her hands on with her tag team partner, the Universal Tag Team titles. Will they be able, though, to become the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Champions as well? And it's crazy. There's only ever been 3 Intercontinental Tag Team Champions. You've got the Hart Foundation, Lexi and Tiffany Hart. Defended the title belts 4 times. You got the Walker sisters, Samantha and Stephanie Walker. And then the Road Warriors now defending those title belts twice. Can they defend them against the current Universal World Champions? And the Road Warriors were Universal World Champions as well. If they can defend the belts here tonight, maybe do they get a shot at the Universal Tag Team title belts? Definitely have to see.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, the Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Necromancer Anna and Miss Nightmare. The Faces of Fear. And their opponents, the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, the Falcon and the Spider, the Road Warriors.
Road Warriors, too, you know, you look back at the Universal Tag Team titles, not on the line right here, but tied for the second longest run with those title belts with the original Hart Foundation, Holly H. Hart and Pam Hart, Kylie and Misty Watson, then also defending 3 times, the Gate Crashers defending 7 times, but then in their second title run, losing like on a one and done, but not for reasons you might think. Rapincha happened to fight all by herself because of the injury to Sarah. So Faces of Fear taking advantage of that. And now you know the Gatecrasher just waiting for Sarah to come back and go after those title belts again. What is that? You look at the freaky pain anyway, I mean both teams really. You look at that power move right there, and still Spider able to kick out from the Miss Nightmare's power bomb move. Able to kick out right there and won. Give a big shout out to the Bay of Iffy too. Sure, they will be watching a little bit later. And look at this. Back and forth these two teams go. Now, I think Alana knew she was going to make it, but still doing a little water testing right here. Testing out the temperature. And typically when Falcon gets in, she starts to dominate, and you started to see that initially, but Alana able to get it turned back around. And you got to wonder what kind of confidence boost you must have, or you must get from winning, even though it was a 2-on-1, even though it was whatever, but you're still walking out with the Universal World Tag Team title belts around your waist. What kind of confidence boost does that give you? Gotta make you wonder. Oh, Alana getting the emergency tag in. Falcon getting the tag back into Spider, and we are right back where we started. Miss Nightmare now, huge right hand, big splash, one, and still only a 1 count. These are two of the toughest teams when you look at tag teams in the women's division, and I kind of had a feeling this might be how it's going. Once they got it in there, getting that quick double team, getting Alana back in. You know, Alana's kind of fell off a little bit in the match, but one way to get your tag partner going again, get the tag out, quick breather, then a quick tag right back in once the match is right back in control. So what is this? Spider absolutely has had some of the biggest moves in the match put against her. Is she going to be able to hold on? Is she going to be able to keep things going? But again, you got that quick tag, right back in, right back out. Oh, this time, though, fighting through it. And another big right hand right there. This time, Alana not even letting her go, but she keeps finding herself over in that corner, which is a mistake. And the Road Warriors keep making her pay for it. Now getting things turned back around again. And this is kind of where Spider probably needs to step it up just a little bit. See some success in the ring. Kind of get some things going. Big slam, 1. And Alana able to kick out in 2. Now you can see the Faces of Fear definitely have the height advantage. But I wouldn't say necessarily that they have the size advantage. You can see that while the Road Warrior's not super tall, very stocky though. Lot of muscle, lot of power, and you can see him generate that power more through velocity and speed. So, oh, referee jumped out of the way just in the nick of time. Alana still able to kick out in 2, but Miss Nightmare coming down the tracks like a freight train, and you saw the referee just jump right back up and get out of the way. And still only a 2 count. I appreciate that, Smokey. We definitely put a lot of work into these arenas, into the cause, the different face scans, the different stuff. So I love it that people are loving it. Oh, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, both of these teams probably pretty good on the outside, but I don't know that I would have been going outside with the Faces of Fear unless I was the Road Warriors. And then maybe, remember right now though, the Road Warriors titles on the line. They are the one in this match that is holding the championship advantage. So there can be a count out. They can lose or win by count out, but the title belts will not change hands. Referees count up to 7. Alana says get in the ring, but while she's telling her to get in the ring, she got in the ring. Got in the ring. And now this might be it. Look at that. Absolute smash. Now setting up for it. Straight up bone crusher. Rolls her over. 1. And broken up super quick. And now you kind of wonder, is Alana going to come in here and try to finish this off right now? Try to win. Look, again. Not knowing where she's at, not having that ring awareness, and Falcon making her pay. Now Spider trying to make her pay. Oh, and a big boot right to the face. All right, I was just making sure. I got a weird message from the thing saying unmute this or undo that. And I was like, everything looks right, but maybe it's not. Atlanta now going for the pin. 1, 2. And look at that, the referee right on top of it. And again, we typically do not see these mistakes from Atlanta D, but right now in this match, that is what we're seeing, and it is opening the door to keep the Road Warriors in this match. Right now, really, the Faces of Fear have been dominating for the most part, but these mistakes have kept them in this match. I mean, I wonder if the match would have already been over. And Spider able to get her in and one. Atlanta now focusing on this. But is this going to open the door for Falcon? It does. Referee trying his best to get in the way. And just not doing it. Spider out right now. Trying to get back out of the ring. Falcon working on the legs of Atlanta. And if I was her right now, if I was controlling this match, I would definitely want to make sure that I keep Atlanta in this match between the two wrestlers. And it's not always that way. There's some where you know she's going to want to keep Miss Nightmare in, or she's going to want to do this. But right now, for whatever reason, the Road Warriors have found the inroads in this match against Atlanta. So right now, it feels like they're working from behind, even though they have the champion's advantage. Are they going to use it? And is that what she's doing right now? Count already up to 8. And the Road Warriors like, hey, oh, reset the count right there. What is going on, Rowdy? Welcome to the show. Yeah, Rowdy and Eagle Star winning the Universal Tag Team title belts. Oh. Up to 7, Atlanta stops that. That would have been the match right there, one way or the other, and unfortunately, it might be the match. Atlanta's got to get back out and reset this. But Falcon finds a way in, not wanting to win like that. Showing the heart of a champion, probably wanting to get another shot at the Universal Tag Team title belts. Right now, again, remember, those title belts not on the line in this match. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And the Road Warriors will retain their championship title belts.
Here are your winners, and still Women's Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, the Spider and the Falcon, the Road Warriors.
I'm going to tell you what, like, this isn't the first time. Yeah, we have seen the Road Warriors dominate certain matches, but they have gone up and wrestled the best of the best, the top of the top. A lot of stuff going on with the Walker sisters, a lot of stuff going on, Faces of Fear, a lot of stuff going on with the Gate Crash. So you look at what they've been doing, and we have seen them come out and just absolutely take a beating and then come back and win. And that is what we saw here tonight. Yeah, they are. I'm telling you, they are pretty next level when it comes to the stuff. Now, we've been watching this, and really Nikita Walters requesting this match again. No title belts are on the line, but wanting to really establish herself in the hardcore division. Said she learned a lot from her last match with Monica Monroe.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the War Raiders from the other side of darkness, Nikita Walters.
but learned a lot of stuff in her match with Monica Monroe and wanted to wrestle her again, wanted to see if what she learned just from that hardcore style of wrestling could pay off and maybe get her a win here tonight in this match. And that's a big thing, a lot about how you get in, a lot about how you start to learn and start to figure out what it is that you're doing. Nikita realizing that, yeah, she has seen some success, but wanting to be that hardcore style wrestler, you gotta wrestle against the hardcore style wrestlers to get that experience, to learn and to move forward and do that stuff. So, getting a shot here tonight. But sometimes you gotta be careful what you ask for, because I don't know that I'd be asking to get Monica Monroe in the ring.
And her opponent from Berlin, Germany,
Monica Monroe now making her way down to the ring, and it's kind of funny because you look and you're like, oh, she, maybe she seems pretty nice. Then you get in the ring, as soon as that bell ring, she hears the bell, ding, ding, ding. Complete personality shift, and she is out for blood. I don't even know that she cares about winning the match. She's just wanting a good fight. And that is what she will bring to you in the ring every single time, a really good fight. So can Nikita Walters pull it off this time? Or will Monica come out on top again? You can see already the mind games with Monica starting. You can tell she is the one that feels the most comfortable in the ring. And look, right off the bat. Not how it started last time. You saw Nikita came out really fast last time. This time Monica, knowing that that's what she was going to do, comes out. Huge headbutt right off the bat. That has got to, if you had the confidence or a game plan, that game plan probably went right out the window when you got headbutted. Hooks the leg, one. And you can see right now, Monica just kind of that one step ahead where Nikita, I don't think she's wrestling the same wrestler. Like, it's not the same match right now. And that is what has made Monica such a successful hardcore wrestler in the TCW, really setting the bar in the hardcore division. Now Sid B trying to take that bar even higher as the current hardcore champion. But at some point again, Monica and Sid B will be facing off in the ring, especially if Sid B can hold on to that hardcore title. And you may have already guessed the interesting stipulation. Even though we've been talking about hardcore wrestling, this is a regular match. Nikita Walters thought maybe that would be the thing that would help her get the win here tonight. Not allowing for the weapons, not allowing for the crazy shenanigans. But will she be able to do it? Will Monica be able to adapt to a normal match? Now, we've seen her win plenty of normal matches, so. But can she still wrestle, like take it right up to the edge? take that hardcore style as far as she can take it without getting some kind of disqualification. And Nikita Walters fighting back right now and starting to come up with a little bit of offense of her own. Oh, is she out? She might have landed a little bit funny right there, but trying to get back to her feet, trying to get back to a solid base. And Rod Rose SpaghettiOs, did Nikita Walters just pull off the upset? 2, 3, and she did. Big win for her here tonight, but wait a second. It looked like for a second she was going to come back. What is she doing? Bringing a ladder into it. Now, we said it wasn't a hardcore match. And it wasn't, but now that the bell has rang, right on top of the ladder, telling her that maybe there's a new Queen of Hardcore in town. Holy cow, Nikita Walters absolutely meaning business. Got the win here tonight in the normal match, and then after the match, bringing a ladder and hitting her with a ladder. Don't you think that Monica's just going to be like, yeah, that was cool. My bad. That is going to be far from over. Pretty back and forth, really, like in the beginning of that. But Monica really kind of holding it down for a while.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Four Horsemen from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds. The Universal World Heavyweight Champion, Palmer Boy!
Brand new Universal World Champion, Bama Boy, getting a big win on the Monday night or the Wednesday Night Wars. Title belt not on the line here tonight, but facing off against Blaze McCoy. So Blaze not getting a shot at the title belt, but getting a shot at the champion. So Horseman having a big night, winning the Universal World Tag Team title belts with Rowdy and Eagle Star, and then Bama pulling off a big win, winning the Universal World title belt.
And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 297 pounds, Blaze McCoy!
So we saw recently Blaze winning the Intercontinental title belt, going on to eventually lose it back to Shawn Sanders. Shawn Sanders going on an epic Intercontinental run. It wasn't the length so much as it was kind of that who's who of wrestling, coming up with some big title defenses. You know, you're talking against the likes of Blaze, Rowdy, Robbo, Bama Boy, the current Universal World Champion, and then losing it eventually to Eagle Star. But Shawn Sanders getting his shot here tonight at Vipiro for the Outbreak World Championship. So we'll definitely have to see how that goes. That will be our main event of the night. Now, you typically say it against guys Blazes wrestling, but his Blazes opponent's given up a lot of size. But again, Bama, not a stranger to wrestlers giving up size. So it will be interesting to see how this match plays out. But we have seen Bama Boy win the Meltdown World title belt, now winning the Universal World title. And to get a shot at the Universal World title, you have had to have won one of the brand world titles. That is what gets you qualified to even fight for a Universal World Championship. So you don't get to skip that line. So you look at some of the different guys. You've got Drew Hawthorne could do it, Eagle Star, Sentinel, Rowdy, Matt Storm, Digital Dogs, Drew Hawthorne, again, boom, Blackheart, Angel, Totes, Paul the Thing, Bravo, Dragunov, all former world champions. So you look at that, you look on the Outbreak side, oh, look at that, the feet just a little bit too quick. Drew Hawthorne, Paul the Thing by Piro could now fight once his title run is over, but could now fight for a Universal World title belt. And again, he'll be putting that title on the line tonight against Sean Sanders. And eventually somebody's going to be putting it on the line against JP. Like, there's no way to keep JP out of the world title talk any longer. Going on the second longest run so far, and he's still in the middle of it, but going on the second longest television title run. And a huge block right there. Bama knows, though, you've got to get out of the way of that. Like, you don't want to be getting in the way of Blaze McCoy rolling down the bend, you know? No part of it. Oh, and here's the part that makes it so tough when you're talking about Bama doing some things. The different kinds of stuff that he can do off that top rope, the different kinds of stuff that he does in the ring, that he uses all the ropes, all the turnbuckles, all kinds of stuff. That's the thing that you got to watch out for with him. Those are the things that you want to make sure are happening with him. And Blaze doing a good job of staying out of the way and takes him right outside of the ring. But Bama, again, he's a horseman. Not sure you want to get like the Horsemen, the TWO, get these guys on the outside of the ring. Like, they thrive in those type of environments. Oh, thought Bama might have been going maybe for a pin, you know, just testing the waters out, seeing what's going on. only a 2 count. Hooks the leg again. 1, 2, 3. And Bama comes out on top. Again, no title belt on the line, but what a big match.
Here is your winner, Palmer Boy!
So Bama, you know, and this is one of those things with the title belts, you know, Universal World title belt. You win that, you come off that big match the very next night, going in, wrestling, you know, somebody the caliber of Blaze. And now Bama winning these matches, it's one of those things, really elevating his game, starting to raise the bar for not just himself, but also for the other horsemen. So big stuff going on there. Now, speaking of bars getting raised, we saw Yuri Walker coming up with a world title this season and Sky Scott. So this title belt is on the line here tonight.
It's scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's World Championship.
Yuri Walker now making her way down to the ring. And look at the state of this. You're talking about, like, because she holds on to the briefcase, she knows nobody can cash in on her. Like, she's not going to cash in on herself. And then if she loses, she can turn around and cash back in at any time to get another shot at the title. So really, I'm telling you, put herself in an amazing position. But put herself in an amazing position to stay up on top of the women's titles, you know, so crazy.
Introducing the challenger from Kyoto, Japan, the Pitbull Walker. And her opponent from Sweetwater, Texas, the Women's World Champion, Sky Scott.
And look at that, right away, knowing that Yuri comes out strong in most matches, came out expecting it, ducked out of the way. Looked like she had Yuri right where she wanted her, but Yuri, again, another former world champion, able to turn it back around. And get back in control of the match. Last 4 matches of the night. Women's Outbreak World Title belt on the line right here, right now. Yuri now trying to slow things back down. Really kind of working on the head to slow down Sky Scott. Sky grabbing their neck. And really smart moves right there. Like, again, just slowing things down, staying in control of the match, kind of getting the breather, but you know at some point Yuri is going to turn it up and turn it on. So Sky might be doing the same thing right now as well, trying to slow things down a little bit, even though she's going to take a little punishment for it. Maybe she's doing that, maybe she's not. We'll just have to wait and see what is going on right there. Whoa, grabs her arm, puts her in an arm bar. Oh, an arm and a leg bar. I don't think Sky liked that one bit. Able to get back up. Tried to go for that big double axe handle that we've seen her do so many times, but Yuri able to stop it. Sky turns that back around, and then Sky now trying to get back in control of what is going on. Here's the dangerous part for Yuri, and I think Yuri kind of realized it a little bit too. Maybe she didn't. But the dangerous part for Yuri is if Sky Scott gets you and turns it back around and then gets to power wrestling, that could injure Knight really quick. She has proven that quite a few times right now. Starting to look like she is getting more towards that power style of wrestling. Remember tonight too, we talk about the champion's advantage. Sky Scott is the one that has the champion's advantage here tonight. And I almost was like, I don't know that I would give that much distance or that much space between me and Yuri. Yuri can reverse you pretty quick if she sees it coming. But Sky able to stay in control. And oh, see that. Well, I say that, and then she gives her no space. Yuri turns it around now. Yuri doing the same thing, bringing it in, and what a huge boot. Rolls her over. One. Oh, roast SpaghettiOs. Yuri going for the pin. One. And this really talks to the toughness of Sky Scott. Most women don't kick out of that, much less kick out in one. Yuri's starting to understand that as well. Realizing she's probably got to start doing something more in the power department. Start fighting through a little bit more of those defenses. Do something to start breaking down Sky Scott a little bit more. Uses that second rope, generates a little bit more power. Oh, and both women kind of ducking, diving, juking, ducking, dipping, dodging, and diving, and dodging. But now Sky Scott getting back in control, and that is a big slam right there. Yuri using the ropes to get back up to her feet, and what is Sky Scott doing? Oh! Yuri's like, hey, you didn't even hurt me, so Yuri tried to play the mind games, and look like the referee did not see her take that off. But she sees it now. But still, even though she saw it, not going to fix it. Huge clothesline right there, and is that going to be it? Sky now bringing her back to the center of the ring. Oh, this might be it right here. That might be it. And I'm shocked. I thought the referee saw that top turnbuckle pad had been taken off, but if she did, she is not doing anything about it. And Sky Scott setting up for the Sky Slam. I thought she was setting up for the Sky Slam, but that is the elbow. And look at this. It is like wrestlers tonight have said, hey, don't forget about using some rope breaks. Yuri able to go over and get that broke up. The referee sees it, just can't seem to quite get over to fix it. And now finally getting that top turnbuckle pad put back on and where it should go. But this kind of shows you, we know that Sky Scott is new to the TCW, but I've said she was one of the hottest Indie Federation wrestlers, and you can see now that she is getting used to the spotlight, now that she's getting used to being in these much bigger rings, really showing you some of the wrestling knowledge that she does have. Just as simple as that turnbuckle pad, taking that off and immediately being able to use it against Yuri. Oh, another elbow to break things up. Yuri, though, not having it. Swinging neck breaker. And thought Yuri might try to take it to the top, but instead trying to get her to submit. Is she going to tap out? No. Fights through it yet again. And this time, last time there was a big clothesline involved. This time, there is not. Yuri now hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Sky Scott able to kick out in 2. This might be the match of the night so far. Sky now getting out of the way. Misses with the clothesline, and that mistake might just cost her the championship. Oh, big set out right there. Has her locked into another submission hold yet again. And it looks like the champ has been cut open right above her head. Thought that might have been it for the match. However, Sky Scott's still able to kick out. And Yuri now wrestling very, very frustrated. Sky getting back to her feet, but still, even though she was on her feet, I don't think she realized it. And Yuri is starting to taste it now. You can see it, even getting a little twerk action going. And Sky Scott ends up coming up with the big pin and the big win.
Here is your winner, and still Women's World Champion, Sky Scott.
Man, you look at that women's tag team between the Faces of Fear and the Road Warriors, and I would have said that was the match of the night, but now you look at this match right here. This has got to be the match of the evening, at least so far. You can tell Yuri Walker making Sky Scott pay for it. But Sky Scott able to defend and retain her Women's Outbreak Championship. But right now, the very next match is going to be for the Intercontinental Tag Team title belts on the men's side. And you can see the Powers of Pain very fired up. Very ready to handle their business here tonight. But it's two different things, too. You know, like, hey, they're ready to handle their business, and being ready and handling business, two different things. So, how is that going to go down tonight? And just look at the state of these guys, especially like you look at where they came from and you look back what they've done to get here. Especially you look at Grady, what Grady has done. Now a part of American Alpha 2, the original member with Simba in American Alpha 1. Simba then leaves the TCW. Grady kind of like he was involved in the Horseman stuff. He was involved in some other things, kind of out on his own. Not really gaining the traction that he wanted, and then tags up with Brady, and then both guys, all of a sudden they got this direction and start becoming one of the most prolific tag teams we have seen in a long time.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. And is for the Intercontinental Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 513 pounds. Angel and Raymond Jones. The Powers of Pain. And their opponents at a combined weight of 449 pounds, the Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, Cowboy Herbert and
And this is one of those things, you know, where we talk about, but you just look at the size, and it kind of makes sense that they've got Herbie, since the Powers of Pain wanting to go.
There's the tag.
1 second, guys.
Tag is in. Tag. That's the tag. Tag.
And we're back. Sorry about that, guys, but you know, the life of a real estate agent doesn't stop even when I stream, so we've got some things that I've got to make sure happened in a timely manner. So, didn't expect it to happen right now, but it did, and so there we go. What is going on, Raymond Jones? Welcome to the stream, brother. You're in this match right now, which I'm sure you knew that. But yeah, right now, Powers of Pain really trying to win back these titles. And part of the crazy thing about that is when you start looking at it, American Alpha 2 has won the Intercontinental Tag Team titles 2 times. They're the only team to do it twice. Now, even though they were known as the Wolfpack at the time, Angel and Ray could win them right here and become only the second team to do it. But, oh, Grady, pissed off, throws hands, misses. This time, fakes it. Angel probably thought he was going to miss it again. So he kind of paused, but Herbie able to use that to his advantage right there and get things turned back around and back in this match.
There's the tag.
Oh, big slam right there down onto Grady. But we have seen Grady take quite a beating before, so we know that he can do it. And what is he doing here? Oh, going rope to rope, post to post. Not just once, twice, but 3 times a Grady. Takes him, rolls the leg, 1, 2. And Grady able to kick out in 2. Remember, American Alpha 2 has the champion's advantage into this, and we have seen them use it before where they're like, hey, we might be losing the match here. Oh, Grady fighting back. I thought we saw the tag. Maybe I missed it.
There's a tag.
And here we go. So, yeah, listen to the crowd. And a 2 count. I'm telling you, this is a... But what is Grady doing? Grady kind of leaving Herbie out there on his own right now. Looking like Herbie was going to do some stuff. Angel able to turn it around, but now I'm starting to wonder, like, is there some trouble in paradise? Is there some issues between American Alpha 2? Okay, no, there's not. Grady back in. Maybe Grady just had to take a little bit of a breather himself. You know, we've seen that happen from wrestlers before. Now, American Alpha 2 right back in sync. And Angel going absolutely crazy. Taking on both guys. Hits them with the halo. And I thought we were going to see brand new Intercontinental Tag Team Champions right there. However, Grady is able to kick out in 2. Oh, maybe trouble in paradise on the other end of it. Maybe there's trouble in paradise with the powers of pain. And maybe there's not. Maybe, you know, you can see Angel has taken the brunt of the whoopings in this match. So, you know, maybe it's just frustration on his part, not towards his tag partner, but just frustration with American Alpha. So Ray Jones in, and Ray's like, okay, look, I got him back in control now. Get in here and do your thing. And maybe that wasn't enough of a breather necessarily for Angel. Maybe it was. Huge boot right there. Took it right in the chin. And now whipping him back in the corner. And what was that? Kind of letting the crowd know that he planned on tagging in, and then he didn't do it. And now he does it. Here we go. And oh, we have seen these guys in matches just like that. Ray grabs the leg, and Herbie able to come in. Might have made some contact with the referee right there. Referee seems to be out on her feet as well. And Ray right back in control of this match. It looked like early on American Alpha was going to run away with this one. But right now, that is not what it looks like at all. It looks like the powers of pain. And Ray waiting for the referee to get up, said, hey, get up, ref. About to see some cool stuff here. There's going to be some things that happen you're going to want to witness. You can see the toll that this match has taken on Grady right there. Oh, a little bit off, but not off enough. And it only takes one of these guys to start figuring some things out, to start getting things going again, back in their direction. And that is what makes American Alpha 2 so dangerous. Grady's been doing this in the tag team division for a long time. Herbie and Grady have been doing it for a while together as well. So these guys know each other very well. And look, they've got the champion's advantage. We've said it before. Double shotgun kick to the head, 7. And I was going to say if it, oh, look, and they're going to do it again. No, they're not. I am absolutely shocked because we have seen them do it. But Grady resets that count. Raymond Jones on the outside of the ring, and this might end it right there. If he can get him back in the ring right now, he just put his finishing move on to Grady on those cobblestones. Grady's moving still. But I don't know that he knows exactly what or why he's moving. And Grady fighting with everything he's got in him, trying to get somewhere, trying to do something. And Raymond keeping the good times rolling. Whips him in the corner, and are they going to try to end it right here? Are they going to end this match right now? Do we have brand new Intercontinental Tag Team Champions? 2, 3, and we do.
Here are your winners, and the new Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, Angel and Raymond Jones, the Powers of Pain.
Brand new Tag Team Intercontinental Champions, doing what they needed to do to get it done, and those are 2 5-star tag matches here tonight, so absolutely crazy in that. And the Powers of Pain becoming only the second 2-time world champions or Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, so hats off to them. But now we are going to see Susie Stevenson going up against Rebecca Dawn, challenging her for the Women's Intercontinental Singles Championship.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
So yeah, American Alpha 2 becoming the 2-time, and then the Powers of Pain beating them to become the next 2-time Intercontinental Tag Team Champions. So again, hats off to them. Absolutely amazing. Now, one of the newer title belts in our universe, the Women's Intercontinental Championship, just introduced halfway through this season. Phoenix and Rebecca Dawn, the only two women to ever hold it. Can Susie change that here tonight? Be funny. I don't know if we can, but you know what we'll do? We will see. If we can get Susie in the chat, maybe she pop in the chat and say what's up. Maybe she's too busy. Who knows?
Introducing the challenger from Asheville, North Carolina, Susie Stevenson. And her opponent from Chesapeake, Virginia, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, the Irresistible Force, Rebecca Dawn.
Rebecca Dawn getting ready to put that title belt on the line right now against Susie. Now, we saw at one point Susie really kind of stepping up, winning a bunch of different titles and doing it really quick. Since then, cooled off a little bit. But will that change here tonight? Can she find a way to get a win against one of the Outlaws? And we've seen Rebecca really kind of stepping up, especially under the tutelage of Ozzy. And Susie might be having to fight both of them tonight. You know, maybe Ozzy indirectly, but Ozzy being on the outside of the ring, will that come into play? I know what she just did, throwing Rebecca right into those ropes, right in front of Ozzy, might have been sending a message in a huge drop kick. Even though it was a little bit too early to go for the pin here, I still thought, you know, maybe she does it. Now back and forth they go. Susie getting back in control, almost like she heard me, hooks the leg. And right away, this early in the match, and that kind of shows you a little bit of the power Susie's got in the ring, already splitting open Becky. And Becky now starting to understand, maybe she was overlooking what was going on, but realizing now she can't do that. And oh, you can see that is quite a bit of blood coming down that right side of her face. I mean, that happened quick. It looks like the cut probably underneath that headband, but still blood coming down right now. And that happened like really quick. Ozzy now getting up, removing that turnbuckle. Does either one of these ladies even notice that turnbuckle pad is gone? Susie now slowing things down, wrenching on the arm of Rebecca. getting her hooked in the headlock, but I just wonder if either one of them knows, will they use that exposed turnbuckle pad to their advantage? Oh, and what goes up's got to come back down. Referee notices it, so whether either one of the ladies notice it is now not neither here nor there. And not a bad move right here. Becky starting to work on the base of Susie, working on the legs. We saw Susie doing the same thing a little bit earlier in the match. Aussie throwing weapons in the ring, even though that will get you disqualified if you use them. Now hooks the leg, and only a 1 count. Oh, spine buster. 1, and still only a 1 count, but those spine busters, depending on how you land, can kind of throw you off. If you end up hitting the back of your head on one of those things, can kind of jar you. We've seen people win matches, even though it was early in the match, because of that. But Susie now a little bit quicker. Oh! Little sneaky action going on here. The sneaky pin. And that is a huge slam. We have seen Rebecca a lot more aggressive, and she was trying to end the match right there. Susie, though, fighting back. Gets her now, brings her over into the corner. And oh, jumping bulldogs. What's going on, Sam? Welcome to the show, 2. And Susie already getting a 2 count on the champion. Now remember, Rebecca Dawn holding the champion's advantage in this match. The belt will not switch hands on a count out, but it might be switching hands right now, at least if the referee knew what was going on. Starting to wonder, maybe Aussie paying the referee a little bit of money, distracting her, so that she wasn't watching the match. We might have had a brand new champion right there. I don't think so. Goes 1. Susie jumping out again in 1. And that, as the champion, you've got, well, that'll even things up really quick. I was gonna say, as a champion, you gotta be really like a little peeved that, you're only getting 1 counts right now, especially at this point in the match. And it feels like what's going to happen is it is going to come down to who makes a mistake. Which one flinches, which one blinks first. And this might be it right there. That might have been the opening Susie needed, but Becky getting the crowd pumped up, getting herself pumped up, and this is her finisher. Did she just retain the title? 1, 2, 3, and Becky Dawn will retain the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Here is your winner, and still Women's Intercontinental Champion, the irresistible force, Rebecca Dawn.
We have seen some absolute banger matches here tonight, and that was another one. It looked like for quite some time that Susie was going to walk away with that Intercontinental Tag Team title belt. But I'm going to tell you, you look at the face of Becky, she definitely earned it. And now, kind of the match that Sean Sanders has been waiting for, getting a shot here tonight because of who he beat in his Intercontinental title run at the World
It's
Championship.
scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Now, Vipeiro's had quite the run already, beating Jakai for the world title belt, defending it twice against Blaze McCoy, and then defending it against the now current Universal World Champion in Bama Boy. Sean Sanders, though, getting his title shot at Vipeiro here tonight. You want to talk about somebody that has a world champion's vibe? It's Vipeiro. Vipeiro just making his way down to the ring, taking his time, letting the crowd take it all in, letting them know that their world champion is here. It might have taken Vipeiro a minute to get up and to get into the world championship category, but now that he's here, letting it be known that he is here to stay. Currently on the second longest title reign in this championship short history, but Drew Hawthorne defending the title 5 times and then a lot of one and dones, and now Vipeiro defending it 3 times. Can he make it 4 here tonight?
Introducing the challenger from the bottomless pits, weighing in at 244 pounds, Primetime Sean Sanders. And his opponent from Santa Fe, New Mexico, weighing in at 205 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Snake, Pierre.
Here we go, main event of the evening, the Outbreak World Championship belt on the line. You can see both these guys relatively the same size. I think maybe Sean Sanders has a little bit on him in the weight department, but not by much. Which is kind of funny, Vipeiro, you look at the guys that he's been fighting. I mean, Bama a little bit more size as well. Sean Sanders a little bit more size, but the 2 title defenses against Blaze McCoy, definitely a larger wrestler. So it'll be interesting when you look at the 2 styles of these wrestlers, what their strategy is going to be going in to this match. Are they going to be able to do the things that they're wanting to do? Are they going to, maybe they're going to see some things that they're not used to seeing. Are they going to be able to adapt on the run? Both wrestlers very adaptive, so And then will Sean be able to take advantage of this opportunity and win this title belt, becoming and winning his very first world title in the TCW? And you look at where Sean Sanders started out at, I mean, he has come quite a long way. And then really here in Season 7, really kind of stepping it up. And then, too, we don't even know, is he going to sign a contract with the TCW? Even though he's getting this world title shot, is he going to sign the contract with TCW? Or is he going to sign his contract with the SSU? Like, we still don't know. But because that title run with the Intercontinental title was so good, and against the guys, he did it against all world champions, it only made sense that even if he signs with the SSU, even if he doesn't sign with the TCW, that he does get that title shot to see if he can do it. Vampiro, though, is like, we're not going to let that happen. Like, I'm the champion. Vampiro, and Vampiro, typically, when he wins title belts, he goes on some long title runs, especially in the singles department. What is he doing here? And look at the state of this, jumping through right on the cobblestone. DDT. And, yeah, this is awesome. But we have seen him really turn a match around with that move right there. Pele kick. And Sean Sanders, I don't think it's not just him. I don't think anybody realizes who you're stepping in the ring with until you're in the ring with Vampiro. Remember, you go back, Vampiro's the one that stopped the title reign of the U.S. champion at the time, Totes McGoat, who defended that title belt 11 times. It was Vampiro who stopped that title run. So, will Vampiro be able to retain the title here tonight? Oh, Sean letting you know too, like, hey, he has wrestled against the big time guys as well and is not going to be rattled that easy, especially when you look at the length of time Sean has been in the TCW. You wouldn't expect him to be quite as poised as he is. However, very poised, maintains that confidence in the ring, but we just wonder, will that translate tonight into a world title belt? And Vampiro's starting to get a little rhythm, starting to get the pacing going the way he wants it to go, and already a 2 count. But I was going to tell you, if you saw that move, you might be seeing the snake bite, but instead I think Sean Sanders expecting the snake bite and gets put in the constrictor instead. 2 very different moves, but Sean able to fight out of the constrictor, not tapping out. And Rot-Row SpaghettiOs, this is his finishing move. Hooks the leg. Do we have a new champion too? And Vampiro kicking out in 2. So both wrestlers exchanging some huge moves against each other. You can hear the crowd fight forever. Indeed. And that's the thing with Sean Sanders. You look at his size and you don't think he wrestles with as much power as he does, but he does. You look at his finishing move. You look at these last few moves that he uses to set that up. And look, the Viper needing to get out of the ring right now, trying to get away. But Sean getting some height on that drop kick. Will he pursue Vampiro on the outside? I don't know that I would do that with a snake. But Frankie Two Fingers also isn't getting a world title shot right now. So who am I to say? But look at the discipline Sean Sanders shows right there. Doesn't go out the first time. Does go out quickly the second time to bring him back in the ring because I think he realized he's given Vipiro a little bit too long to catch his breath. And now staying on top of him, trying to put him away. And another variation of that, but if he gets this in, you gotta believe we'll have a new world champion, and Vipiro believes it too, able to turn it around. And showing you the different ways that he is attacking Sean Sanders right now. And will that set up something even bigger? Vipiro getting ready, not sure what he's going to do, but getting ready to do something, goes up. Oh, hits him with that, and then expected to see the snake bite, but hooks the leg instead, too. And I think maybe Sean Sanders was expecting to see the snake bite as well. Oh, Rotro SpaghettiOs. Oh! I thought, again, I called the snake bite, but here it is, the constrictor. Is he going to get him to tap? He has got it locked in. And I think Vipiro realized he wasn't going to tap, and now trying to go right back into it again. Tried to hit him with the snake bite. Finally, Sean Sanders is like, I've been waiting for this, but still, huge kick to the head. Sean Sanders rolling out. Vipiro trying to set up for it. Is he going to hit him again? And he does. Now he goes Pele kick. And thought that we're going to see something else, but was that everything in his tank too? No. Thought that could have been everything in his tank, but it is not. Huge clothesline right there. Big leg drop, and we might be looking at, I think Vipiro realizes it too, and that has got to be it. Hits him with the snake bite. 1, 2, 3, and Vipiro will retain the Outbreak World title.
Here is your winner, and still World Heavyweight Champion, the Snake v. Pierre O.
I'm going to tell you what, you wanted to prove that you belong in the world title picture even though you lost a match. That is the kind of match that you would have to put on. Absolutely phenomenal match, a singles match, hitting 4 stars. Can't believe that. Guys, that is going to do it for us here today. But remember, when you're out there in the world and you're doing your thing, the world wants to divide us, and we do an amazing job at dividing ourselves. We need to stop. Go out there, just like the leaders you are inside my community. Go out there and show the world and be the leaders in your own communities. Show them the way of how they should be acting. Let's stop dividing. Let's start coming in. We're not going to agree with everybody's opinions. It's okay. I don't know when all of a sudden it wasn't okay to have a disagreement of opinions. But it's okay. You guys can disagree. We can still be friends. But guys, that is going to do it for us here at the Totes My Goats Wrestling Network. To all of you out there, from all of us here, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.